As we begin this new millennium, it's a good time to take stock. Where have we been? Where are we going? What do we want the next 100 years to bring for ourselves and for our families? And who will chart our path?
I have a dream. I have a dream. My 4 little children one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Men and women of courage and action set the course for the 20th century. I've been privileged to live in a time of great heroes.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Everyone has been touched by these global heroes who made their mark on the world by the power of their example. In today's world, young people are hungry for role models and modern-day heroes they can look up to and follow. Nane Alejandrez shows us that no matter how tough life might be, we can make it better for ourselves and for others. Nane's work takes him to the streets and the jails in 27 cities. As director of Barrios Unidos, he gets kids off the street, gives them jobs, and helps them make something of themselves.
In 1975, 9 members of my family went to prison, and from then on, it's been that way. You know, right now I have 25 members of my family in prison. It has killed, 14 relatives. Drugs, violence, it has really tore my family apart. I was able to, quit heroin and really look at the work that I had to do. When I was young, I was looking to respect somebody. I wanted to respect an elder. I wanted to respect, the homeboys, the older homeboys, But a lot of times that respect was not really the respect that I was looking for. What I try to do now, I try to set an example for the young men, especially our young men. They're lost out there, so they can look up to role models.
Many people overcome obstacles in their lives and make the world a better place for all of us. Everyday people, from good Samaritans to dedicated community volunteers. Their stories are told in the book, Stone Soup for the World.
The book is great stories of ordinary folks, like most people would meet in their neighborhood, who just saw something that was a challenge and decided that they wanted to make something better. Whether it was in their neighborhood or in their school or the environment or for the homeless. I think that we all have stories like that.
It was an honor to have been selected to be one of the stories in the collection of Stone Soup. When I first heard about all the people that were going to be involved in this project, and some of the names, some of the people that have inspired me in my life, Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, in the name of Cesar Chavez. I consider Cesar Chavez as my leader, as the man that had changed me from a violent path. When I saw that what this man did in a struggle in a nonviolent way, I said, I like that, and I can do this.
The Stone Soup Foundation brings people together to address problems in our communities. It's based on the island of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, a small place with a strong spirit of community. People help each other out. They care for the elderly, help with each other's kids, and pull together to raise a barn and lift the community's spirit. The foundation is working with our children to pass on this legacy of helping one another. At town meetings, students invited people to vote for their favorite local heroes. After the Littleton tragedy, the foundation hosted a community forum for people to discuss the risks facing our children.
And I don't think we really have that much anymore in families or in communities, to feel that you have a responsibility. And I think when people are trusted with one, they get more self-respect and respect for others.
In 1998, the Stone Soup Foundation honored the 35th anniversary of Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech.
Don't give out. Don't become bitter. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Keep the faith. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on to your dreams. Walk with the wind. Let the spirit of history be your guide. Thank you very much.
Grounded in local values, small local ideas are catching on and involving important people, from our backyard to the world. What is a hero? Joseph Campbell once said, "A hero is someone who responds to a call for service and gives his life to something bigger than himself." The hero's journey begins with a single step. It's that moment when you decide to stand up for something you believe in.
I saw great potential in a lot of young people that were in prison. But most of all, I saw potential for myself. My wife always saw potential in me.
Will Morales became a hero after his brother was killed. He transformed his life from a 17-year-old gang leader to the founder of the Boston Urban Edge Youth Police Partnership. He's now the director of the YMCA in Roxbury, Massachusetts, across the street from where his brother was killed.
Every day is tough because I have to walk into that building and look across the street and see ghosts. And see ghosts of my own past, but see the ghosts of who my brother was, you know what I mean? But I try to live the life that both of us should have lived today.
Will works with the Stone Soup Leadership Institute to train people to become leaders in their community. Teenagers and community leaders in Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Hawaii work side by side with heroes from the book who share their time, their life stories, and their insights.
How does one change? You know, I always wanted to change, and looking at the stories of these heroes in Stone Soup, you know, I always had something to grab to. So as long as I keep doing what I'm doing and I'm straight about it, I know that others will follow, you know. Sometimes I'm the lead, sometimes I'm the follower, sometimes I'm just there to pick up the trash, you know. It doesn't matter where I've been and what I've done. The thing is that how do we continue on this journey?
The Stone Soup for the World Leaders Guide distills these stories into life lessons and translates them into specific community service projects. This powerful education curriculum is being used by 120 communities around the world by the YMCA, Big Brothers Big Sisters, the United Way, and America's Promise, as well as by schools, churches, and juvenile justice programs.
I'm really very much proud to be a part of it because I know that their main focus is towards young people. They want to make sure that this literature, that these stories get out to young people, and that young people grasp the whole idea of serving.
Our kids have come to think that if it's too much of a struggle, then it must not be worth doing. And if Martin Luther King or Cesar Chavez or Nelson Mandela felt that way, a lot of good things wouldn't have happened.
It serves several functions: bringing people together, training young people, giving people who are out there on the front lines a little bit of inspiration, letting people know what's happening in other parts of the country, what other people have done in other communities.
Shovels and the brooms are your flag. Keep them out as much as you can.
This is about building communities, building economic development, building families.
I've seen so many programs come and go, and I thought this could tap in. Then I read the Reader's Guide, and I thought it shows everybody how to do it. It even showed me as a parent how I could have done it or do it. And I thought this could really make a difference because it gets everybody involved from the bottom up.
We each have our own gifts, and we have this little spark, we have this little sense of what's possible. How can we engage those people around us so that together we can make a bigger difference?
Really what they're saying is that basically you do have a magical stone that you're putting into this pot that is really bringing everybody together.
Somewhere on this planet, there well may be those who have the solution to each of the world's problems. And Stone Soup for the World is asking all of us to take that first step. It's time to roll up our sleeves. It's time to share our stories and teach our children that they can be heroes. It's time to take action and chart the course for our future. that's the way it is. I'm Walter Cronkite.